meaningfulness over money, please. Put meaningfulness over money. Put impact over income. Put people over profit. Put value over valuation. When you do this, you can add a 0 to the back of your number. There's a difference between a general practitioner and a shoulder specialist. Right? You go to the general practitioner. What happens when you go to GE? I'm not from Denver, but what happens at the emergency room in Denver? Probably the same thing that happens everywhere, in every city. It smells a little bit, doesn't it? It's crowded. There's babies crying. People come out sweating. They're running from one thing to the next, right? But they can't really help you if you have a specialized issue. So I want you to ask yourself, am I qualified to help someone who has a specialized issue? Because the general practitioner might make 120, but you got to take the subway to get to him or the bus to get to him or find parking when you try to get to him. But when they send you to the specialist has, what's your favorite car? What's your dream car? Huh? Somebody say it. Rolls, that's huge. You got to be a super specialist to have that. But inside of the specialist has a beautiful car outside, and there's a parking lot. There's somewhere you can park. It's comfortable. What I'm talking to you about is positioning, guys. I'm going to end with this. 5 P's to marketing. 5 P's. Place. Place first. Where do you do business? Where do you do business? You can have the most mouth-watering steak that the world has ever seen, but if you try to position it or place it in a vegan neighborhood, you make no money. Right? So place. People. Who are you trying to market to? Sometimes we don't support each other, and that's sad. That's sad. It's true, though. Sometimes you have to go to someone else. Sometimes you got to go outside of your community, outside of your neighborhood, outside of your phone book to find someone who will support you. So if your business is hurting, think about the place that you're trying to move, whatever it is that you're moving, and the people that you're trying to sell to. Positioning. Ooh, this is a big one. How are you positioned in the marketplace? Are you number 1 or are you number 25? How do you level up? What's your distinguishing points? How do you look when you walk in the room? Let me give you a sidebar. You're always being watched. Every moment, wherever you go, you're on a job interview. Someone saw me walking in the back. They said, "Hey, who are you?" I said, "My name is Shaan Rais." He said, "Oh, I run this podcast. Tell me about yourself." I told him a little bit about myself. He said, "Well, maybe we can work together." Do you think he would have said that if I had on a T-shirt? If I didn't stand out? How do we position ourselves? How do we hold ourselves? Strategy of preeminence. Write that down if you've never heard of it. Strategy of preeminence. You want to become the OVO. The OVO is the only viable option in your vertical. The only viable option in your vertical. We're not here for competition. We're here for domination. Hold on. I said we're not here for competition. We're here for domination. Period. And if you feel differently, you're probably in the wrong room. I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But if you want to raise your prices, if you want to change your zip code, if you want to change your tax bracket, if you want to pay whatever you get paid now, if you want to pay that with a smile during tax season, I'm probably your cup of tea. I'm probably your cup of tea. I'm probably your flavor. So, positioning, people, place. Packaging. How are you packaged? When I saw the brother here, I said, "Hey, brother." I shook your hand, didn't I? Come here, brother. Come here. Don't be afraid. I shook his hand. I said, "Hey, brother, the packaging. Look, I know the packaging." Do you understand? I know the pack. I said, "Oh, he got white sneakers on too." I said, "Oh, maybe I should have wore shoes." I know who I'm speaking to from sight. Do you understand? Because I spend money and I make money, I invest money the same way, I give it the same way I get it. And you want people to see you as money, recognize you as money and say, hey, this person looks like, cha-ching, cha-ching, maybe we can do business. That means you're the king in your vertical, you're the queen in your vertical. So we've gone through 4 P's. Is anybody ready for the 5th one? Are you ready for the 5th one? Might want to capture this. Might want to capture this. For God's sakes, man, your prices. Your prices. We should not compete for price. We should stand out because of price. Let me put an underline that. We should not compete over price. We should stand out because of price. Some people look for the lowest price. You're making a big mistake. Because you're defining yourself. Your success comes from mindset and perception. If you're competing over the lowest price, there's a problem. You don't really have an income problem, you have a mentality problem. A self-perception problem, a belief, a self-esteem problem. Why do you want the lowest price? The lowest price means the lowest quality. And if you know the lowest price means the lowest quality, why are you trying to compete on the level of low prices? What you might be able to get from somebody else for a couple $100 is going to cost $10,000 and better from me. I'm the 4 seasons of executive coaching. I'm the private plane of organizational development. Where are you placing yourself, and why can't you see yourself on the private plane? If anybody's there, you can be there. I promise you, and I guarantee it. If anybody's there, you not only could, should, or would, you belong there. The seat is uncomfortable from the back. Go first class one time, you'll never go back. Go first class one time, you'll never go back. And don't just sit in first class. Wait till you get the seat in the very first seat. So when they get on the plane, they can see what it looked like. Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands. Stop asking questions and start giving demands. Train people. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to leave you with one thing. We train people how to treat us when they meet us. I've been saying this for years. We train people how to treat us when they meet us. But the rest of that is we train people how to treat us when they meet us based on how we treat ourselves. Value yourself. I literally got an email from a client who just on my Facebook group, she said that I was speaking to someone, she's a travel agent, and she said I was working with a neurosurgeon and somebody else in stocks, and they were trying to get a seat on a plane and a hotel. She's a travel agent, right? So that's what they're looking for. And she said, I was about to send my quote, but then I thought about Shaan Rais, and he was in my ear. You train people how to treat us when you meet us. Put a 0 behind your number. And before I sent the invoice, I added a 0 to the back of it. And she posted a picture of it, and she said, I'm so glad that nobody refused me. We train people how to treat us when we meet us based on how we treat ourselves. Brand you and not what you do. Thank you.